Andrew Borges. He's with Shamrock Financial. Andrew, how long have you been at Shamrock?
I've been at Shamrock for 5 years.
Oh, nice. So we're talking about the pre-approval process today, and I know there's always certain questions that go on and we're not familiar. So I'm thinking maybe we should start when a buyer comes to you. What do you ask them to give you for the pre-approval process?
So first, we pull credit. So we look at credit, make sure they credit qualify. If credit looks good, then I request income documents such as tax returns, pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements to verify all the income, and then we will issue a pre-approval.
Excellent. And what are my options of getting this information to you, and how timely do you need these documents?
Time that I'd like to get them as quickly as possible. They can be sent to me email, fax, or I can even come to the client's house and pick them up.
And why do we think, being a realtor and a loan officer, what's the importance of getting your pre-qualifying letter?
Oh, absolutely. That's a great question. Once you get pre-qualified, you actually know what you qualify for. So you're not going out looking at properties that are outside your budget. You know exactly what your mortgage payments are going to be, so you're comfortable with that monthly payment every month.
Nice. So, I've done closings with Andrew, and I'm really impressed with Shamrock. Number one, you have underwriting in-house, right?
We do. We have underwriting and closing in-house, so everything is done under one roof. So if there's ever an issue, I'm knocking on someone's door, getting that answer for you right away.
Right, perfect. I love that. I know I've been at a showing with a buyer before, very impressed. I'll pick up the phone, call Andrew, and he's answering the phone, so that's super helpful.
Yeah.
You also have a relationship with Rhode Island Housing?
We do. We are a direct lender with Rhode Island Housing, so we are able to underwrite everything in-house. We no longer have to ship files to Rhode Island Housing, so we don't have that extra wait time. We get it done right away. So once we issue the clear to close, we can go right to the closing table.
Love that. And they're still offering that $7,500 for down payment assistance, right?
They are, yes. So the $7,500 program does not need to be paid back only once you refinance or you sell the home. There is a 660 credit score requirement for that program, and also income qualification.
Perfect.
Yeah. There is also another program that Rhode Island Housing offers that doesn't require income. So there is no income limit, and that's 6% of the purchase price up to $12,000 applied towards down payment and closing costs.
Nice. Okay, so I'm also a broker in Massachusetts, and do they have a similar program in Massachusetts, or?
They do. So we are affiliated with Mass Housing. Their credit requirement is a 640. They also do have income restrictions, but they allow 3% of the purchase price up to $12,000 towards down payment and closing costs.
Excellent. I remember a long time ago, this is just questions I get from buyers all the time, is they're always asking me, well, what do you think my mortgage payment is going to be? I mean, aside from taxes and insurance, you used to be able to do like, what was it, 100 on 1,000, and you would get a rough idea of what the mortgage payment is going to be without the taxes and the insurance.
Correct. So
does that still hold true?
Yeah, that holds true. Definitely, I ask them, if they want to get an estimate, they can definitely use that formula. But I always ask my clients to reach out to me, and I'll give an actual breakdown of their principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and any mortgage insurance associated with the transaction.
Nice. The other thing they always ask me is roughly what closing costs are going to be. And I know I generally do 3%, which I can be a little bit high or a little bit low. Is that like a safe number to be at, or am I extremely high?
It's a little high. I think it's more around the 2.5%. And again, it's specific to counties. Because of the taxes that we're allocating for escrows, that usually drives up the closing cost. But it's typically around 2.5%.
Oh, good. That was a good answer. Maybe I'll stop fearing them telling them 3%. I figure, hey, it's a treat if it's lower,
Exactly, yeah.
To rather be low
if
than...
they're expecting a high number and I show them a low number, we're in a win-win situation.
That's what I'm thinking myself also. So good. Anything else you want to add into there?
Only that, I've been working with Lisa for some time. She's a great realtor. She has a lot of knowledge in the industry, and I think she could bring a lot to the table with any of her new clients.
One last closing, and you were going to get this question from me, is I love fixer-uppers.
Yes.
Product that can be include the repairs or the upgrades. is your 203K product,
The
right?
203K product, yeah. So we have a streamlined process, which is 35,000 and less. If you go over the 35,000, it's considered a full K, which a HUD consultant is required to draft a consultant report in order to do the transaction. But we can do the 203K. We also do that in-house. We have a pre and post-closing department for the 203Ks, so we handle everything after closing in-house. So if there's ever an issue, we're available to help you.
Nice. So people always tell me, well, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. And I appreciate that you can do the work, and I'm not questioning if you can or not, but there are requirements that you have to use a contractor.
That's correct.
Especially electricians, plumbers.
Yeah.
But how about like interior painting?
Yeah, so the rule of thumb is if you're on the loan application, you cannot have any work done to your home by yourself. That has to be done through a contractor.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But there's nice homes out there, you know, and the whole thing is just making the numbers work for you. So you have your honey-do list, and then you have your must-do list.
Right.
So we always address the must-do
The must-do
first.
list, and then the honey-do list, then yes, you can paint after closing and do any of the little twerks that you want to do.
Right, because it has to be livable, correct? Not,
Yes.
and nobody says it has to be pretty.
No, it just has to meet the minimum requirements for FHA. They can't be anything in the property that could be harmful to the homeowner. So we're going to be looking at things like that, lead paint, any, water stains. We want to make sure there's no pipe damage that's going to hurt the borrower down the road.
Excellent. So Andrew's going to be joining us, I don't know, a couple times a month, maybe once a week. So he's going to be here. You guys can just drive in, get your pre-approval letters, and we can go house hunting.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Thank
Nice.
you, Lisa.
Thank you.